And on this side over here, wasn't there a boarding house for students?
No, not I knew of. Now, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Now, where Grandpa Espy lived down here.
Okay.
There was a big house there now. And then Boarder stayed in this house. There was 2 more rooms in this house.
In this house here?
Yeah, there was another room out on this end up here at the front.
Uh-huh.
And then there's 2 more back this way. You see where them big rocks are back out yonder?
Yeah.
Well, this house extended out to them.
Okay. In
And
other
there
words,
was Boarder's room was in there.
in other words, there was a boarding house like where Clark's old house is now.
Well, now, I
somewhere.
don't know whether you call it a boarding house or not. It's just a big house.
Just a big house.
That's all I know.
Uh-huh.
Now, my brothers come to school. But, see, I didn't. All that part of it, about them coming to school, and I can sort of remember how it looked,
Okay.
but I never come to school.
Okay, now on the right-hand side of the road, over where Walter Clark's at now, his buildings and so forth, was there a blacksmith shop there?
No, the blacksmith shop was on out past, when I knew it now,
Uh-huh.
was when Mr. Espy run it.
Okay.
Grandpa Espy. Yeah, and it was out on the other side of this old house, 2-story house.
Okay, now
It was on this-
where did the funeral home sit?
It sat on the other side of it too. The funeral home was between his home and the blacksmith shop,
Okay.
when I remember it now.
Yeah. I wonder when he went out of business in the funeral home business. Do you remember? Roughly?
Well, of course I know when he quit, but I can't tell you when it was.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was still in that business when Ernest and me married.
Mm-hmm.
And Ernest used to go with him and help him, but now, I can't tell you when.
Okay. Now we go on down the road from there, and we get down to the heart of Jacksboro, you might say. Now there was a store there. Of course, it's burnt now, but there was a store there.
Yeah, as far back as I can remember.
And it started out as it's probably been added to several times.
Yeah.
But it was run by
When I remember it,
a brewer.
Jess Brewer run it.
Okay.
When I got big enough to, to come to the store.
Okay. You know how Jacksboro got its name?
No.
Well, according to Herschel, in our talk with him, he said one of the persons that run it was a Jackson Brewer.
Jackson Brewer married my daddy's sister,
Okay.
and he had a blacksmith shop. But the one that Mr. Espy had was here, but one that Jackson Brewer run was down on just this side of, in that low place, this side of where them,
Crips?
or whatever they are, lives
Crims.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Down there in
Okay.
that valley, I call it.
Okay.
And the road don't come up, wasn't like it is now. It started down there about where the bridge is and cut across and come out right in front of this old blacksmith shop.
Okay. And so there was a blacksmith shop there, and also.
And when Mr. Espy come down here, he put this in up.
Okay, now a blacksmith shop and a little store.
Well, this one that Mr. Espy had down here now, I to tell you the truth, Gene, I don't know whether he done blacksmith work for other people or just had it for himself.
Might have
But
just
he's
had
out-
it for himself. Yeah.
I don't. But now Jackson Brewer done for everybody.
Okay. Now, the way that we hear it through Herschel is whenever, and I forgot who built the store originally,
Well, I don't know who built
but
it.
they had it for a couple of years, and then this Jackson Brewer bought it, and it hadn't never been named yet. And a crowd had gathered there one evening, and they was debating on a name and so forth, and somebody said, well, it belongs to Jackson, let's just call it Jacksboro.
Well, now Jess Brewer was running it as far back as I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Jess Brewer. But Jackson Brewer run he might have had an interest in the store, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But he's the one that run the blacksmith shop when I can remember. And he
Okay.
married my daddy's sister, and I used to be there a whole lot.
Okay. Now, there was a little barber shop?
Yeah, there was a barber shop, and it's down there just across that ditch, you might say, the other side of where camels used to live. I
Okay.
don't know who lives there now.
There's a brewer lives there, but I mean, I don't know who they are.
Well, I don't know who lives there now.
Now, the doctors in the neighborhood.
Well, I just barely can remember a Dr. McAfee that lived across the road in front of the store, when I remember.
Okay.
It was just,
And there where Richard Cathy lives,
Or Dr. McGuire.
McGuire, yeah, Dr. McGuire. Okay. Do you remember the Crossroads School?
Yeah.
Now that's where Dad went to school. I don't know what. I don't know.
Well, he lived up on the Byford place, and he lived just up above it, in other words.
Yeah. So he went to school mostly there. But you can remember it, I guess, can't you? I don't know when they tore it down or.
I don't remember when they tore it down, but I can't tell you when. But I remember when they tore it down.
Has Trousdale always been called Trousdale since you can remember?
No, that's late news to me. I mean, for the last few years. It was just back when I was growing up, I never heard it called anything but Jacksboro.
Well, when Herschel said that he come into this country, that there was an old sign up over the old church that said Trousdale. And it was there when he could first remember. He don't know how it came about. You know, whether that's a person's name or what.
But I don't remember ever seeing that sign.
Yeah.
But like I said now, when I was growing up, I was these different places till I was, I guess I was about 12 years old, mostly boy, or did come home to stay in Atlanta time.
Okay.
And my dad remarried, and then I come home and stayed part of the time. I never did stay at home completely.
But that is odd that there's two separate little places there. One called Trousdale up here, and I guess that's just the church, ain't it? That's just the church.
And I never heard it called Trousdale, like I said, up to a few years ago. I'm not going to say nobody else didn't, but I never heard it.
Okay. And then Jacksboro, of course, just right down the road.
I wonder myself where they got the Trousdale name.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
No, I don't know that.
Now, are most of your folks buried in the Jacksboro Cemetery?
Yeah.
In the Jacksboro Cemetery?
I guess I've got more kin folks down there than anybody in this neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, according to Herschel, of course, now, back years ago when he was a boy, just a small, very small.
He wasn't grown when Ernest and me married. Herschel wasn't. Herschel is, did he tell you how old he is? 80?
82.
82, something like that. Well, he wasn't grown when me and Ernest married.
He said he come here just about 10, around 10, moved in this country.
You see, Espy's raised Ernest.
Espy's did?
Yeah. You know, there's a big family of them. And Miss Espy and Mr. Espy took Ernest. I don't know, I heard her tell it about anyway when she had the next one to Ernest, that Ernest was sick or something was wrong with him and she couldn't take care of him and the baby she just had. And they took him home with them, and from then on he just stayed with them.